All right. Let's get this going. What's up, selectors? It's Select Screen here. Finally feeling better, but almost just lost my dog. My dog just literally fainted right as we started the stream. It's been a crazy couple of days, let me tell you. But we're back, and my dog's okay. Our dog's okay. He's all right. Shout out to Freddy Spaghetti. Whew, telling you, man, scary stuff. But we're going to have some fun, man. We are going to kick off our first episode of hashtag Lowkey Loki. And we're going to be reviewing episode 1 today. No footage shown, of course, but we're going to be talking about it. We might even open up the Discord a little bit and talk with my man RL, who's in the building, who's giving me some Honto Contumpo stuff on our TikTok. There's a new TikTok of Lowkey Loki. You need to go check that out ASAP. It's on our channel right here on YouTube. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, like I said, YouTube, and the Cash App, $5ELECT5CREE. You can get there at linktr.ee/5ELECT5CREE. And shout out to RL for rocking with me. It's going to be a dope stream tonight. Trying something different. Trying some house music. You know what I'm saying? I love music, just music in general. And you know what we're about to play before we get this show started. So, with that being said, I'm ready. You're ready. Let's go. Yes, sir. Lowkey Loki in the building. It's about to go down, man. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the track. There's a TikTok now, so go and use the sound as much as you can on TikTok. I love it, man. I love the song. Of course, I made the song, so of course I love it. But let's talk about Lowkey Loki. What are you guys thinking of the first episode of Lowkey Loki? I'm going to tell you from the jump again, as I said in our preview episode, and give me my camera real quick. Matter of fact, I'm not only going to do that, I'm going to do something a little bit different here. We're going to go full screen. Top monitor. There we go. How's that look? I was not excited for the show. You like what you made a song about it. I was not excited about it until like the day before, and I feel like the first episode, I'm just going to start with my grade. The first episode was a B. It started off very well, and has some room to grow. I think we figured out a lot of stuff already. And we'll go through theories here in just a second. I'd love to talk to you guys about that as much as possible. It's going to be super dope. So, man, where do I start? Where do I start with this? Starting back where Loki is not good Loki. You know what I mean? He's Loki from Avengers. I thought was just a smart idea. That was very good back in Endgame. And that's one of the reasons why I really liked Endgame. It was just a smart play because Loki kind of got to a point where, for me, he was getting a little annoying. Don't get me wrong, I still liked Loki, but he was at his best at Avengers. Let's just put it that way. So, with that being said, when he gets dropped into what is it, the Dubai desert, something like that. And full spoilers here. We're going to be talking full spoilers. But it was so much like Iron Man 1. You know what I mean? The way he stood back up on the rock and was like, I'm here to conquer you, and all that stuff. It was just like, that's Loki. Like, let's go. You know what I mean? It was good stuff there. Good stuff. By the way, Lowkey Loki is out now, crosscenterrecords.com. I didn't say that, but you can get that there. All right. Back to the house music. Let's go back to the house music. I feel like that's what we want to do. All right. Matter of fact, I'll jump back up here and change it. So my next thought about the show was we also have Owen Wilson, and I'm not a big Owen Wilson fan. And again, what surprised the heck out of me out of this show is Owen Wilson is great. I mean, he's just great. He plays Mobius, and Mobius is basically, after Loki's in all of this trouble, the TVA has caught him. He's now, I don't know. He's basically trying to figure out what the heck he's going to do because they want to vaporize his behind. RL says, episode 1 was great. It's been so long since I've seen Endgame. I didn't realize that this was the Loki from Avengers. Exactly. Isn't that weird? That's, man, and Avengers it doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but it was, you know? Yeah. And I almost went back and watched the original Avengers, and I was like, well, should I just watch Endgame again? It was like this weird parallel, right? So, again, Loki being pulled in to this whole new mess. And what it seems like the show is really about is, are we in charge of our destinies or not? You know, the Infinity Stones come up in this episode, and it threw me for a loop because I was like, okay, it's the Infinity Stones. You know, he's got the Tesseract, the cube, and he's going to get out of there. And they were like, those don't work here. And they open up a drawer of just a bunch of Infinity Stones, and they're like, we use them as paperweights. So obviously, the TVA is not a perfect organization. You know what I mean? It's going to be like S.H.I.E.L.D., where these guys think they're doing good, but they're not. I think we get to actually also see Kang the Conqueror in the cartoon. And let me go all the way back. Mrs. Minutes, the clock in the show. I was so worried. I was like, we're going to do an animated clock. It's going to be like featured in the show. What the heck? Why are we doing that? Then I found out as the episode ended that it's my favorite voice actress. Shout out to Tara Strong. I think I've got that picture with her, don't I, babe? She's not listening to me. But got a chance to meet Tara Strong at one point in time too. Awesome lady. But yeah. So Tara Strong's in it. It's just like the show, again, I don't know why I kept having my doubts, but here we are. Boom. You know, Loki is just dropping it on us. Then there's this, again, internal struggle of what is he really trying to do in Avengers? What is his real purpose? And, you know, is it to really just hurt people? Is that what he wants to do? And he finally comes to the point, and this is what was so, this is what gave breath to the character, was that Loki comes out and says, I'm a weak person who's trying to basically just be puffed up. You know, he sees himself having that glorious purpose, right? And when he sees and watches himself, you know, basically change into this other person and seeing his mother die, seeing his father, his stepfather die, and then him getting his neck snapped by Thanos, it really changes him again, you know, in a different way. And that's why we're doing this hashtag again, hashtag Lowkey Loki, because he's brought it down a little bit. You know, he's really, you can just see he's changed. He's got a different perspective, you know what I mean? Already in the first episode, and that's why I gave it such a high grade for a first episode, because you don't get a lot of resolution. I was talking with my friend Christy at work today about this. You don't always get a whole lot of resolution like that from the jump. We're also going into, by the way, yes, RL just hit on it. He said, did you notice the music from Infinity War when he saw the Infinity Stones? Yes, and at the beginning of the episode, it's not the music from Avengers, it's the music from Endgame. That was also really interesting. This show is really deep, which I didn't think it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot of wow kind of stuff. There's some of that in there, but it's not tonally like that. It's very serious in that they're trying to track someone down who is messing with the timeline. And let's get into all of that. They do such a good job in 50 minutes in explaining the multiverse. I think better than Spider-Man did it. Not Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, but the most recent Spider-Man. They did it with a cartoon. And again, like I said, I think King the Conqueror is one of them. But one of the timekeepers, and just to give you guys a brief summarization of this, is basically what we found out is the multiverse was the way the universe was. There was a big war, and then that big war, the timekeepers made the sacred stream, or the sacred timeline. And so the sacred stream, the sacred timeline, or else it's facts. So yeah, just super dope how that went. And obviously what the TVA is trying to do is just, whenever a multiverse sprouts up, they come back and squash it. But again, spoilers, the big thing about this is they need 2012 Avengers Loki to stop another Loki. Let's get into theories. I don't think, well, we all know that the Loki, or the bad guy of this episode, is Loki. It's not who we think it is, though. It's Loki, but I really think it's Lady Loki. It's gotta be. They said the gender fluid on his application. There was that creepy robot who stripped him down. That was weird. It was really weird. Maybe crossed the line there. What a funny moment, nonetheless. Yeah. Weird stuff there. But it's gotta be Lady Loki. There's a lady who's cast. I'm not sure what her name is. I kind of stayed away from all of this stuff. And I've been trying to stay away from a lot of the Marvel trailers lately. Just so I could be surprised, because we haven't had a year of these things. And so I'm thinking it's Lady Loki. I'm thinking that she's not going to die at the end of this. And we're going to get a Lady Thor versus a Lady Loki fight in the next Thor movie. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments down below. Lady Thor, Lady Loki. I think it would be dope. Other theories. Kang the Conqueror. I think we're seeing at least the seeds for Kang now. How this is gonna fall into Eternals, I have no idea. Eternals has now moved up to my top movie of, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not very cynical when it comes to Marvel movies. I like them and try to enjoy them for what they are. Eternals and Inhumans before that are the first two movies that I'm kind of like, guys, I don't know. Even Guardians of the Galaxy, I was a little bit like, who are the Guardians of the Galaxy? But then you see the trailer and you're like, no, this is going to work. I saw the Eternals trailer and what was going to be Inhumans, and I was like, I don't know. I don't see a compelling villain in either of those. So back to Loki. The technology was another really cool hint. I think that we're going to get Kang the Conqueror. Everything didn't move perfectly. So whenever Mobius was stopping Loki from basically trying to kill him, he would basically reset him back to the position that he was in. But it was very staticky, they're using technology that isn't foolproof for sure. And I think as we see these time resetting bombs that they keep laying around, Lady Loki is going to keep collecting those and basically wipe out the TVA. I don't think the TVA survives this at all, because we know the multiverse is coming. RL says Lady Loki and Lady Thor never thought about that theory when they talked about the multiverse. I was thinking they could be a great setup for Secret Wars. Man, that would be awesome. If they did Secret Wars, that would be even better. That would be way better than my theory. But I think we're going down this road with the multiverse, because no matter how much the Spider-Man Twitter says they're not going to do the multiverse and Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. I think it's happening, guys. They've waited too long to hold on to this trailer. There's something in Loki. I think we're not going to get the Spider-Man trailer until Loki ends, because it's going to blow the multiverse wide open. This show actually is going to probably end up being the most imperative. Now, another crazy theory I want to throw at you, specifically RL, is this. How did Lady Loki get off of her timeline, leave her timeline? I think it goes back to WandaVision. WandaVision, at the end, if you remember, they talk about you don't know what you've unleashed. Or maybe it was who you unleashed. And I think, again, being that was a female-centric plot, whatever, I think that's what's going to happen. They're going to tie those two together, because that's what we haven't had yet in these Disney Plus shows, is any thread between the three. Can someone please tell me, especially in Falcon and the Winter Soldier? I love Falcon and Winter Soldier. So far, that's my favorite one. But they didn't address where Vision is. Can we, they made a big deal in WandaVision to say this guy is a multi-billion-dollar weapon. The dude flies out of a bubble and no one says anything about it. Come on, man. So something should have been said in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think it's all going to tie together in Loki. I think we're going to get something, probably not Vision, but I do think what WandaVision did unleashed Lady Loki, and that's how we're going to get there. Again, another crazy theory. I could be totally wrong, just a guess, but just knowing what could be in store, that would be really fun. That would be really fun and a good way to tie them together. Of course, Doctor Strange is going to eventually have to get into the middle of this. And if Lady Loki is doing all of this stuff like I think she is, will that mess up stuff? RL brought up another great point. I wonder if Doctor Strange is aware of the TVA. And that would be really interesting, because, and I could be wrong on this, maybe RL, maybe you know this, is Strange, he's the Sorcerer Supreme, but Loki's the God of Mischief. So who's technically more powerful? Isn't Doctor Strange? It would make more sense that Strange would know and that Loki didn't, because Loki didn't know anything about the TVA. So I would think that Strange knows, specifically because he had the Time Stone, right? And so another great thing that this show did is it gave us a lot of answers at the beginning, like I said, but also it asked a lot of questions, in the sense of, like, Loki literally asked, like, how come I messed up with the timeline, you guys are mad at me, how come you're not mad at the Avengers? They immediately answered that. They didn't wait 3 episodes. They were like, nope, they were supposed to go back in time. He's like, well, how was I supposed to know that? Stuff like that. They just went directly to the source, directly to it. Don't run around the questions. Let's just get down to it. Another big question was, how come he wasn't aware? Like, he didn't, for half the episode, he doesn't believe that the TVA is really real, that the Time Watchers are real. None of that stuff. And why would he, and he keeps saying, like, I control my own destiny. I do what I want to do. You don't tell me what to do. And I think that these guys have basically come in the middle of free will, is basically what TVA has done, because of the large war at the, before the Marvel universe that we know now. Pretty interesting stuff. What do you guys think? What's your theories? Those are mine. Those are my thoughts. I think the episode was pretty straightforward. Again, with the mystery of the villain. I don't know why they keep doing that. Just tell us who the villain is. It's going to be Lady Loki. It's got to be. I know a lot of people were thinking Mephisto again when they were talking about, you know, we're going to catch that devil and all that stuff. There's no way. There's just no way. The directors have already, and the writers have already deconfirmed it's not Mephisto. So that's, for me, that's great, because I think Mephisto is a boring character. They did bring up, before I let you guys go, they did bring up Nightmare, and that Nightmare was a different department. I'm thinking, again, Nightmare is going to be the villain of the multiverse movie with Doctor Strange. Nightmare will literally be going, Freddy Krueger is the way I look at him. I think for sure he's going to be the one. I want to just jump into the Discord, RL, if you're still with me, and if we have any more thoughts or any more questions, I'd love to do that. RL says, so do you think the origin of the MCU are the Timekeepers or the Big Bang of the Infinity Stones? That brings up a real big problem, right? I think by MCU standards, I think it's the Celestials. I think that's what the Eternals is gonna actually do. I think the Timekeepers are in between, and what they've done is they've wedged themselves in. And this is the issue. This is the issue I have with the Marvel comics right now. The Marvel comic stories is your power levels get so out of whack. It's kind of like the Goku effect, right? In Dragon Ball Z. You had humans, you had Inhumans, you had X-Men. You know, it's kind of going up. You had superheroes. Okay, cool, fine. Then you had what were little g gods in Thor and Loki. So I thought, okay, that's where we're going to stop. No, but if you really dig deeper, then you've got, you know, Thanos' race, which is like an offshoot of the Eternals. And now the Timekeepers are somewhere in between that. The Living Tribunal, we haven't talked about that. That was actually in the background of the TVA, so that was kind of interesting. There's so many things. I would love this to come back down to, in the comics, I believe it comes down to the last TVA guy who passes on the life cycle. I would love it if it came down to a Watcher. And the Watcher is basically overseeing all of this stuff. Excuse me. But ultimately, the Infinity Stones got pushed down for sure. And I think the TVA is over the Infinity Stones because they showed it that way. Which really makes it hard to go back and watch the old movies now, because you're like, these really don't count, you know? And it kind of makes the old movies, you know, and you have to do that, right? You have to de-escalate the power scale again, because here we were at Thanos level. This is it. Boom. Now we've got to bring it back down to where there's normalcy. You know, it's the TVAs up here, and you have to have something else to come up and beat. And so I think that's where we're going. I think, again, King the Conqueror, I'm thinking is going to be the bad guy. I know a lot of people thought Galactus for season or phase 4 and 5, but I'm thinking it's going to be Kang. I think Kang is going to just be hopping through all these movies. He's going to be the reason why Deadpool comes in. It's going to get nuts. It's going to get nuts, to use a Batman phrase. It's going to get nuts. And we'll be here for it. We will be here for it, man. I think it's going to be fun. This is the era for me. I was kind of saying this the other day, or earlier today. This is kind of the comics where I stopped. You know what I mean? Like right after Miles Morales, you know, I kind of like that golden age. A lot of Earthbound heroes. When we got Captain Marvel, I was like, uh-oh, we're going in a different direction for sure. But yeah, I do want to say, man, RL, if you've got a minute, I've got the Discord open. If you want to jump on and chat for a bit, or I can get to my dinner. How are the Bucks doing? It looks like they may have won. Did they win? I think the Bucks won. I hope they enjoy it. Because the Nets are coming back. Oh, RL's still stuck at work. Okay. We'll do it again, RL. We'll do it again. Hopefully. Guys, thank you for the thoughts, the prayers. Your boy got like extremely dehydrated from playing basketball. And I was that night. So let's see. Today's Thursday. So that was Tuesday night. It was like 12 o'clock. It was rough. And it kind of wiped me out yesterday. So that's why we didn't get the live show. We'll be doing these live. We will be doing these live, our watch throughs going forward. So plan on that. Next week, my in-laws are in town, but they'll be gone before 1 o'clock in the morning, right, babe? Yeah, okay. If not, they'll just watch it with us. Arlo says, you're right about Captain Marvel. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate it, man. Definitely appreciate it. You guys are so amazing, man. Make sure, again, to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We are at linktr.ee/select screen. Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We're going to go out. We're going to ride out to this track one more time. Lowkey Loki. Get it at crosscenteredrecords.com. I hope you guys like it, man. I'm going to keep playing this every time. I love the song. Love the song. Love the show. I think we're going to do great. Side note, what do you think about the Nugget series? Man, I think with... Let me pull it down just a bit. I think, talking basketball real quick, side note, talking basketball, I think we're going to get a game tomorrow because of the MVP. With Michael Porter Jr. now being hurt, Will Barton being back helps, but man, if we could have Will Barton and Michael Porter Jr. at 100%, I think we could have got to the third round. I think now with Michael Porter Jr., I think he was hurt a lot more than he let on. That back, man, I hope he gets better. But man, that's a tough thing. If you ever dealt with a stiff back, it's terrible. It's terrible. So I don't blame Michael Porter Jr. at all. But unless he gets a lot of treatment between yesterday and tomorrow, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle because the Suns... Here's the thing. Denver, if you're listening to me, of all time, this is the time to act a fool. We need to... I mean, shout out to Phoenix, first of all. Because I feel like game one, I think the Nuggets could have stole game one. I really do. We were up 10, and we were going to steal that game, and then their fans went ballistic. And I think that just, boom, and that momentum carried over. So what the Suns do tomorrow, I think they lose tomorrow. But that game 4, I think the Suns are going to punch hard again, man. They're really going to punch hard. RL says, what's up with Monte Morris? Please bring back Bobo in the rotation. I think it's Mike Malone. Mike Malone that's what he did with Michael Porter Jr. He's not trying to make a rookie of the year for sure. I don't know why. I don't know. I thought he was just trying to be safe with Michael Porter Jr. because of his back. But the thing is, Bobo and Aaron Gordon don't complement each other. So I could see his point there. And I think Aaron Gordon's going to get some experience. He needs a little experience with this team, some camaraderie. They're getting it. And I really like Aaron Gordon on the team. But unfortunately, the things that Bol does, I think Aaron Gordon does better. He's definitely more athletic. And so I think we're going to move Bol. I really do. I think so. So that's my thoughts on that, man. Love to hear more from you on that as well. Guys, thank you so much, as usual, for checking us out. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe one more time. Again, linktr.ee/select screen. Subscribe. Tell them one more time to subscribe to our channel. All right, subscribe to our channel. Say thanks again.
Thanks again.
All right. All right. RL says, I'm not into musicals, but I would suggest watching HBO Max and The Heights. A great film. It's a great film. Okay. See, I'm not either. But if you don't like musicals and you can suggest it, I'm willing to check it out because I'm the same way. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Until next time, my name's Select Screen. What's your name? Micah Muffin, and we're out.